Yeah, so let's go to Ellie, who is in Hilton Head. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, gentlemen. Hey, I have a question for you, and I think this ought to be in the realm of easy because I'm really seeking an opinion.
We like the way you think. And opinions, between the two of us, we've got 3 or 4.
Yes.
Well, put together, you might make one whole person.
That's it.
Here's my question. I have had a digital camera and know just enough to know how much I don't know about it.
Okay.
And I am also, I'm in need of a new camera, but my phone will be up this year, and my husband really wants me to get the i4S because his rationale is, oh, honey, the camera is supposed to be wonderful. So that's my question. Is getting an i4S for the camera a semi-smart buy, or do I just divide the two and go with a camera and a phone?
Isn't that something, Eric? We just talked about this before we went. We talk about it all the time, but we talked about it before we went on the air today because we were talking about how we use phones for cameras, right? So here's one thing I think about all this is that the camera on the iPhone 4S is truly remarkable. It does a really good job. It is 8 megapixel. It does a great job in well-lit situations, in dark situations. The LED light, not really a flash, right? But the LED light on it does a pretty good job. Not great, but does a pretty good job. But I think for a lot of casual shooting, it actually does pretty good. And of course, once you factor in all this iCloud and photo stream and all that, you shoot a picture and next time you're in the Wi-Fi range, it actually is uploaded to your computer automatically. So there's a certain convenience there. So I still have a camera, and it's for my serious shots, right? I want to do something macro. I want to do, I want to really control depth of field, or I want to control lighting in a very specific way. So I use a real camera for that. But for my casual shooter, I pull that iPhone out all the time. I take pictures of receipts. I take pictures of where I parked my car so that I can find it again, right? So I think that it is an incredibly useful device. It's certainly not as full-featured as a full camera, but the sheer portability of it means you'll use it more often.
Yeah, it really comes down to your photography. If you're really more interested in casual shooting, I think the iPhone 4S would definitely could be an all-in-one replacement for your phone and your camera. But if you're more serious, like Phil said, you definitely want to have a second device that would give you a little higher quality, more controls over composition and other, composition and artistic settings. So.
Okay, and then the correlation, and I believe you addressed it, but I was on the phone waiting, is I have an iPad too, and I do love it. I truly do. And I have a data plan with it, or Wi-Fi. If I get the i4S, I'm not about to make Verizon any more wealthy than they are. I really can't go with 2 data plans. And to get one of those little Wi-Fi boxes, MiFi you called it, that sounds like a good idea, but isn't that even more expensive? This is where I'm really in over my head.
Well, you have a data plan on the phone. What the question the prior caller had was, I didn't want multiple devices to be able to get to the internet while I'm mobile or through my phone or something like that. And that's when we recommend some other device. But, your phone is going to have its own plan, its own data plan.
And you will be able, we did discover that, or we know that on the 4S, you can use it as a hotspot. Now what is required from your service provider, we're not sure of. You'd have to check with them. Sometimes they charge a small fee each month for you to be able to do that. But if you already have an iPad, you could certainly use your iPhone 4S in some way to share the internet connection from that device, so that you could then use your iPad, not have to have 2 separate data plans for both of those devices.
Oh, wonderful! Good. So I could check with my provider.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. So check with whoever you're planning to get the phone with. Just ask them that question. Say, I know about this feature and I'm interested in using it. And does that require an additional monthly fee? What is it?
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Sure. Thanks for the call.
Yep. Thanks for the call, Ellie.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
You know, an app